Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. In the series of videos that I'm doing for the iniBuilds Airbus A350, this is going to be another one in which I will show you how to fly and approach when there is a discontinuity. Before this, I've uploaded videos in which I've shown you how to configure the EFB and FMS of this plane, how to start it from the cold and dark state, and how to perform takeoff and fly this plane on autopilot and perform an ILS approach and landing. And now in this video, I will take you through a procedure with the help of which you can fly and approach if there is a discontinuity. So you don't have to delete the discontinuity. I will be doing this flight from Dubai to Qatar, and this flight plan always have a discontinuity. So you have to delete it. I've configured everything. So just configure the FMS for the flight. I just want to show you right now, and then I will just take you through the procedure. So let's go to the initialization page and get the flight plan. Let's insert it. That's it. Now let me just quickly select the departure. 30 right. Navix 3F. So 30 right, and this is the one exactly. So just insert this, and now let's select it for Qatar Hamad International Airport. 16 left, Tosta 1T, 16 left, and Tosta 1T, and that's it. So once I will insert this flight plan, you will see there is this discontinuity in it. And if I change this view to plan, you will see that after this point, there is a discontinuity because this is the runway. So as a beginner, I used to delete this discontinuity, but this happens because this kind of approach is flown using the heading given by the ATC. So if I show you the Navigraph charts, you can see that it's very clearly mentioned over there. Let's unload this flight plan and import from SimBrief, and that's it. 16 left. This is the one. Let's also pin it, and you can see by radar vectors. So you have to get the vectors from the radar. So this video, I'm not using the ATC communication, although I will make another video in which I will show you how to carry out radio communication with this plane using Beyond ATC, because the default ATC for Microsoft Flight Simulator 24 is not really good. So I always use Beyond ATC. So now I will just carry on with the flight, and once I will prepare this plane for the approach, then I will just take you from there. Now the plane is cruising at 22,000 feet, and soon the top of descent will be near. Let me just zoom in. So this is the point from where I will start the descent. So let's configure the FMS for the approach. So let's go to this option, performance, and go to this tab, approach. And over here, let's enter the weather information. So let's go to operational flight plan, and over here we have the weather for Doha. The wind is 110 knots, 110 degrees at 11 knots. So 110 and 11. 110, 11, enter, and the outside temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. So let's enter 37 over here, and the QNH is 9er. No, 9er 8. Sorry, this is 9er 8. That's it. enter, and let's get the minimums. So the minimums for the category 3 are not given. They are given by the airline, so that's why it's blank over here. But for category 2, although this plane will be carrying out a category 3 approach, but let's enter the minimums. These are different categories, A, B, C and D, depending upon the speed. So the approach speed is 138 knots, so I can select this option C, as C is applicable for the speeds between 120 and 140 knots. And you can see in terms of barrow, it's 130 feet, so let's enter 130, and that's it. And the transition altitude is 13,000 feet, so I will enter 130. I will give you all the links in the description for the videos that I've made for this plane, and you can just go and follow any of the video, because obviously I will be going for an ILS approach and landing, so I will not be going through the basics of the ILS. So if you're not really familiar with that process, you can just go and watch that video. And I also have a video on my channel in which I've explained the RNAV or RNP approach, so you can just go and watch those videos. That's it. So now I will wait for the plane to reach this point, top of descent, and then I will start the descent. The target altitude for the descent is 2,500, so that's it. Now I will wait and I will then just take you from this point where I'm facing the discontinuity. Now the plane is below 10,000 feet, so all the lights are on, seatbelt signs are on, and let's go through the checklist first and make sure that everything is good. So I have adjusted the barrow. You can see that I've changed the reading over here. It is 1000, so that's it. And minimum set, runway conditions, you can select the runway conditions for the auto brakes. If you click this knob over here, once you see the down arrow, then you can just like scroll and select the condition of the runway for the auto brakes. And once you see the up arrow, you click it, it'll go away. So it's dry right now, not raining, so it's good. So let's activate the auto brake, and it will be set to medium for the landing. That's it. Now checklist complete, and let's bring up this checklist for the landing. That's it. So I will just keep this page over here. Now there are a few things I would just like to tell you. Number one, you can delete this discontinuity. So if you go to the flight plan and you see this discontinuity, you can delete it. But right now you can see delete is not appearing over here. You don't have the option to delete it because there is this another waypoint which is manual. So you have to first of all delete this manual waypoint, and then you can delete this discontinuity. I'm not deleting it right now because then the flight plan will be messed up. Number one. Number two, after this point, the plane will actually stop to follow the flight plan. So it will no longer be in the manage mode, and it will go to the selected mode. So especially for the heading, I have to change this mode from the manage to the selected mode, and you will see this nav will disappear and heading will show. This part of the prime flight display is the FMA, which is flight mode annunciator. So it gives you two types of information, although there are many things coming up over here, but mainly two things. Number one, your whatever the active phase of the autopilot the plane is in, and then you have the armed option. So let's say right now the plane is descending, but the altitude is armed, which is 2,500, and again once I will change the modes over here, you will see different information over here. Now one thing I've observed with this plane is that once I'm flying this approach, it doesn't follow this constraint. It should be below 3,500, but you can see the vertical deviation is the indicator. This is in the middle, so it means the plane is following this path. I think this is kind of a bug, so we can just ignore it. Now after this point, let me just pause it over here, because then it will just cross this point. Now after this point, the plane's speed will increase, because there is this constraint of 220 knots over here. So as I told you before, the plane will no longer be in the manage mode, it will go into the selected mode. So the speed will automatically increase to 250 knots, because below 10,000 feet the speed should not be more than 250, so it will increase. Now how you control this? There are two ways to do it. The first way is to adjust the speed yourself, because suddenly after this point the speed will increase. Number one. Number two, which is the easy way and the one that I do, go to this option performance and you see activate approach. So once you activate approach, then the speed will not increase. Number one. Number two, after this point, I don't know how many numbers I've counted. Anyhow, maybe it's 3 or 4. Just kidding. Okay, so after this point, you have to turn left in this direction, almost a 90-degree turn. Now you can see the head. This is actually an arc view, and you cannot see the 360-degree view. So if you change the view over here to nav instead of arc, if you change it to nav, you will get a complete 360-degree view. So I will, and this is the heading bug. As you can see, it's over here. So this is the heading I should be following. After this point, this is almost 240 degrees. So after this point, I will turn left 240 degrees. If you're flying this approach with the ATC, then the ATC will give you the heading, but right now I'm just adjusting it myself. That's it. So let's see what happens. Now I will just resume the flight, and I will activate approach and confirm. Now the speed will reduce, but it will not go below this green dot speed. And let's see what happens. And just keep on looking at the FMA. It gives you very good awareness of the mode of autopilot. I can activate the ground spoilers for the landing. That's it. All the lights are on. Seatbelt sign on. That's it. And I can also turn on the logo light. So everything is looking good so far. Let's wait for the plane to cross this point. I will just keep the view like this, rather like this, so that you can also, or maybe I can just like also change the view over here and zoom in. Now there is this magical button in this plane which is localizer. So this button actually follows the localizer for the ILS. So let's turn on the LS as well. You can see over here in the navrad that the information is there. So that's why it has already and automatically picked up this information. You can see the identifier, the frequency of the ILS, and the distance. It's there. So this button actually follows the localizer, and I will be using this button. Now there are two ways to basically overcome this discontinuity. You can either fly directly to this point, which is TOVN. So you can see direct to. You can use this option. In this case, the plane will remain in the manage mode and it will not go in the selected mode. So this is another way. And the second thing which I'm going to show you is with the help of localizer. Now you can see the speed didn't increase, and now the plane has crossed this discontinuity. That's it. Now I have to change this nav mode to the heading mode. So let's bring the cursor over here. As soon as you see the down arrow, just press it, and let's turn left 200. Oops. Yeah. 240 degrees. Now you can see I've taken the plane out of the manage mode, and now it's in the selected mode. So right now the plane is in the heading mode instead of the nav. So if you would have flown directly to this point, then it would have remained in the nav mode. And now the vertical speed is active, so right now I can adjust the vertical speed for the descent. That's it, as you can see. This is the active phase. Now at this point, if I press this button localizer, you will see that once the plane is aligned with this line, just before this, it will automatically start turning left. So let's wait for it. Now the ILS indicators have also started to appear over here. You can see this diamond over here, which guides you with the glide slope, and this one is for the lateral alignment with the runway, which is for the localizer. And in order to follow the glide slope, then I will press this button, approach. Now let's wait for it, and you will see the plane will automatically turn. And you can see the flight plan is no longer a solid line because now you are in the selected mode. Now you can see it has gone automatically to the manage mode for the heading. But right now nav has disappeared and it is now following the localizer. Now you can see that the plane is following the localizer, and at this time I can also activate approach. And now you can see that the glide slope is armed. So as soon as this diamond is in the middle, the plane will actually start to follow this glide slope. The speed is not going below this point, the green dot speed. This is the speed at which the plane can fly without any slats and flaps. And I can just extend the flaps anytime and the speed will reduce. So just 10 nautical miles before the runway, I will start extending the flaps, and 6 nautical miles, I will lower the gears. You can change the view over here. That's it. And now you can see that the plane has started to follow this glide slope. Now it's appearing over here. If I also activate autopilot 2, then it's land 3 dual, so it's a category 3 approach. Dual means both the autopilot are active and it's going to be an auto land. That's it. And now as the plane is following the localizer, that's why the constraints have disappeared. If you were flying this approach using the nav mode, then you would have then all the constraints would have been there. So 10 nautical miles, I can start extending the flaps. Let's set to position 1. You can see flaps set to position 1. Ground spoilers are armed. That's it. So today I'm going to land this plane. And just now 8 nautical miles to go, so I can just set the flaps to position 2. You can see flaps set to position 2. Actually I have the thrust master at ECA quadrant, so I have the control over there. And
2,500.
Just at 6 nautical miles, I will lower the gears. So this is how you fly an approach with the discontinuity. So hopefully in the future you won't be deleting the discontinuity. So either you can fly directly towards the next point, or you can use this localizer and approach option to follow this approach. It's a good technique to learn. So 6 nautical miles, I can lower the gears. And that's it. Only flaps to go. It's good to have the checklist over here so you can see it, but this information is also appearing over here. So it's good to keep an eye on this screen, which is ECAM, Electronic Centralized Aircraft Monitor. So gears fully down. You can see this information is there, and now I can extend full flaps. You can see flaps set to full. That's it. Now this time you can also change this view to LS, and you can get this ILS information over here. So the plane is following the localizer. You can see this is actually the course deviation indicator, CDI. So it's in the middle, and the plane is following the glide slope. I can close this. Navigraph charts no longer required. And over here you can also see the flight director is just in the middle. This small circle is the flight director, and it is in the middle of the flight path vector.
500. 400.
Land is there, so the plane is going to land.
300. 200 above. 100. Minimum 90, 80, 70, 60, 50.
Flare.
40, 30.
Thrust levers idle.
10, 5.
And reverse thrust. Now the reverse thrust is active. Below 80 knots I can deactivate the reverse thrust and the auto brakes will come into action. That's it. So this is how you fly an approach with the discontinuity. It's also a good technique to learn if you want to practice landings, especially very useful if you are even performing a go around. So hopefully this was a useful video for you, and now you will be able to, let me just adjust the throttle. Okay. So you will be able to now fly an approach with the discontinuity, and you no longer be deleting it. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you want to add anything to this video, the comment section is there for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a nice day. Hope to see you soon.